So those lines, the blue, the gold, and the red, symbolize that triad, and it's great to be part of that and be able to honor them here today. 5 years ago, I was here for the dedication in the building. It was one of my first events, and as a new city manager, I got to speak to the fire department, to the police department, and I committed to them that I would support them. But like anything, they're just words. Hopefully my actions in these last 5 years have been indicative of my gratitude and faith that I have in you. To the dispatchers, I've served 20 years as an officer in the Air Force, 17 of them. I've been dispatching for the federal government, search and rescue across the country, actually globally. And oftentimes, why we all have demons, no one gets to talk to you about the demons you carry on the calls that you take and that you have to go home with. I had that myself, December 7th, 2001, where I sent a team out to rescue a captain of a vessel that was 200 miles off the coast. And Staff Sergeant Doug Eckelstein, an Air Force pararescueman, died in that mission. And I had to notify his commander and his family. And I live with that all the time. He was an Air Force reservist just like I was. And in a way, I put him in harm's way. But he lived the creed that we have in search and rescue, that others may live. He died living that creed. They saved the individual. He died during the mission, but I'll never forget that. These lines out there are a permanent reminder of the community's support for the police, fire, EMS, and the dispatchers in this community. The second person I was going to name is Jack Murphy. My father would love to be here. He's a 23-year veteran of the Philadelphia Police Department. But he's the one who has driven me and given me an example every day of my life growing up as a child of why you support public service, why you support the police and firefighters and the people who put their lives on the line every day. I have numerous cousins and uncles that have been a reminder to me who have served in the Philadelphia Police Department, but my dad would be proud that we're doing this today. And thank you to my girls and my family. I'll laugh. They know, and they would make fun of me for having a tattoo on my arm that says, "The others may live," but it's not just on my arm, it's in my heart. And I hope I've served that and displayed that throughout my years here. Thank you. Next, representing all fire service throughout Lee County, but specifically in Hobbs, our fire chief, Chief Manny Gomez.
Good morning. Very special welcome and gratitude to the men and women of the Hobbs Fire Department, the Hobbs Police Department, the Lee County Sheriff's Department, and our LCCA dispatch. And also for my colleagues on the LCCA board, Chairman Murphy and our director, Angela Martinez, and our elected officials that are here this morning, and those that continue to support public safety. Today, the City of Hobbs and Lee County and LCCA is further revealing their appreciation of your efforts, of the vital public safety, the quality of life that you provide, that you fight to provide each and every day. But we must remember as emergency responders that we must face adversity, prove ourselves progressive, and face that adversity and changes to make ourselves better as a responder. Because we all know that we totally don't know what that next incident, and if we're 100% prepared for that. But what we do know is that we can become better prepared. And what that takes is an alliance, a public safety alliance, a united front as for public safety. Fire and EMS, career volunteer, law enforcement, dispatch. We all have one mission, elected officials, and that's to protect life and property, correct? That's why we're here. But the key component is to be united. But you know, through it all, I am extremely grateful to my fellow firefighters and EMTs at the Hobbs Fire Department. And I'm extremely proud and honored to be part of this esteemed group of emergency workers. So thank you, and thank you.
Representing the Lee County Sheriff Deputies, Captain Jimenez.
First off, I'd like to thank everybody for coming. It's a great turnout. Sheriff Wester couldn't be here today. He had a prior appointment, doctor's appointment, so he asked me to read a speech for him. So I'm going to read this for him that he's got pre-written out. First of all, I'd like to thank LCCA Board for putting this event together today, for allowing myself and the Lee County Sheriff's Office to be a part of the ceremony today. This has been a trying year for the Lee County Sheriff's Office. With the loss of Sheriff Ackerman in January of this year, the Sheriff's Office was not sure in the direction it would be going. I can't say how much the office appreciates the outpour of support that the office has received from the community and the surrounding law enforcement agencies and fire departments. Everywhere we turned, we were given support and being lifted up by the citizens of Lee County. The men and women of the Lee County Sheriff's Office have handled the situation with professionalism and integrity. They have stepped up and proven to the community with great quality of service as it deserves. I can't say enough for the men and women of the Lee County Sheriff's Office and how they have responded to such a tragedy and loss. It has been truly an honor for me to take over as the sheriff of these men and women and be a part of the organization and community. I am impressed day in and day out with the professionalism that they provide to the communities and the citizens of Lee County. I would like to thank the agencies of Lee County that work closely with each of us every day. For the volunteer fire departments, city fire departments, local law enforcement agencies, state agencies, and LCCA. There's no way that the Sheriff's Office could be successful without the great working relationship that we have with one another. By working together, we are able to tackle challenges, events, and more often not come out with a positive outcome. Before closing, I want to say a very important thank you to the citizens of Lee County. From Millicent's to Jal, the Lee County Sheriff's Office has received an unbelievable amount of support this year. It has not gone unnoticed. I encourage the citizens of Lee County to continue the communications with the Lee County Sheriff's Office. There's no way we as an agency can be successful without the help of the communications and the community of the citizens. By working with the citizens of Lee County, we are able to determine the problem areas within the county that need to be addressed and tackle such problems head on. This cannot be done successfully without the input from the community and from the citizens. In closing, thank you to all law enforcement and fire department personnel and LCCA. And thank you again to the citizens of Lee County for not only the support, but the communications which help us become a better office. Sheriff Byron Wester.
Representing the Hobbs Police Department, Chief McCall.
Good morning, everyone. I look out in the crowd around me, and I see folks in uniform, folks that I work with every day. I see people who are not in uniform that are not easily as recognizable, that answer 911 calls in this building every day and start our process. I see coworkers and peers from other agencies and departments within the city and the county. And I want to thank all of you for being here and for the support you show to all of the agencies. Behind us on the road or behind you on the road are three stripes painted on the road: the blue line, the gold line, and the red line. And for me, I most readily, obviously, identify with the blue line, which for the men and women of the Hobbs Police Department represents honor, pride, and dedication to our citizens that we serve every day. But the other two lines that are on that roadway are just as important as that blue line. We're all a team. It's a great partnership, and I can think of no better way to represent that partnership than through the visual that's been placed out in front of a location where most emergencies start and start the process of getting help. So thank you all for being here. We appreciate your support throughout the community, and those of you out there working in public safety, thank you for what you do every day.
Thanks, Chief. Angela Martinez, the Executive Director of the LCCA.
Good afternoon, and thank you all again for being here today, showing your support. Again, I'm Angela Martinez. I'm the Executive Director for your 911 Center. I'm extremely proud of how much LCCA has accomplished in the 6 years that we've been consolidated. We have the top-of-the-line emergency technology and radio equipment to best serve the citizens of Lee County. LCCA was the first public safety answering point in the state to be accredited. In order to receive that accreditation, we had to meet 108 plus standards. In 2015, Lee County received a NACO award in the category of public safety due to that accreditation, as well as the implementation of the Lee County-wide P25 simulcast radio system with law enforcement encryption. In 2016, LCCA became the first public safety answering point in the state to receive our certification in the Project Readiness Program for missing and exploited children. All of this could not and would not have happened if we didn't have the dedicated and professional dispatchers that we have. The dispatchers work long hours, weekends, and holidays. They miss special occasions and family functions. They are the first responders and play a very important role in saving lives. LCCA has 27 dispatchers. These dispatchers are the golden glue that holds the various lines together. They are the guardians of Lee County that answers the phones when there's a tree in the roadway or a baby not breathing. They are the same guardians of the airwaves that guide first responders in the dark. To the citizens of Lee County, I want each of you to know that our dispatchers have a heart that cries out for you and your family in time of need, long after the phone disconnects. You will speak words that will stay with them forever, and they will perform to their highest level to get you the help that you need. To our law enforcement officers, there is no better example of a love-hate relationship than the daily interactions between all of you and all of us. And anytime we hear the words, "Dispatch, I need a back," and the radio goes silent, you can hear a pin drop. We hang on every word and every break in transmission, and each moment feels as though it's been an hour. We celebrate when we hear, "Dispatch, I'm 10-4, because we know you're safe and we did our part in getting you back home to your families. To our firefighters, you will forever burn in the hearts of the lives you save. While they are running out, you are running in. When dispatch hears Mayday, Mayday, or your muffled voices behind your mask because you're in the middle of fighting a fire, our hearts start to race. Your act of bravery was accomplished the day you signed up to be a firefighter. To our EMS personnel, you work miracles on patients that shouldn't survive but do because of you. You have seen the worst, administered aid, and eased the worried mind. You make every second count. To the 27 LCCA dispatchers, most will never know what you really do the long hours that you work. This is a realm few want to explore. You make split-second decisions, answer one 911 call, and don't have time to breathe before answering another call. If only everyone could see what your ears have heard. You miss the excitement of riding in speeding cars with flashing lights and sirens. You only hear of the bright orange flames leaping from a burning building. You don't get to see the joy on the face of a worried parent as they see their child begin to breathe on its own after given CPR. Dispatch, you are a lifeline. You are a caring, calm, strong, and compassionate unsung hero to public safety. It takes a unique and very talented person to do what you do, and LCCA has 27 of the most unique, talented people answering their calls. I am proud to be a part of such an elite team and part of the glue that holds us all together. I am honored to serve alongside of every agency represented here today. I feel I can speak on behalf of all the LCCA dispatchers when I say we are rich with acknowledgement by the various agencies we work with, the Hobbs City officials, and the Lee County officials. And for that, I thank you. In closing, I want to thank the LCCA Board of Directors, the Lee County Board of County Commissioners, and the Hobbs City Commissioners for their continued support in making LCCA a model agency in the state. Thank you.
Okay, to one of my most favorite county commissioners, Rebecca Long, if you'll come up and grace us.
I tease him all the time because I know I am his favorite county commissioner. Sorry, Jonathan. Sorry. Good morning. It's so great to see all of you here today celebrating our law enforcement and our emergency management and dispatchers. What an awesome job you guys have. Yesterday, we had a guest pastor at Taylor Baptist Church, and he was contemplating those that run to danger versus those that run from danger. And I thought that was very timely for today. There have been many studies about why certain people react the way they do. The conclusion is that it is some unexplainable internal calling, and you are the men and women in our community that have that calling. You make the choice every day to serve our community and keep us safe. I know a lot of you personally, and I know that you don't just run to danger, you run to help. You run to serve in a caring and kind way. You give your talent and you give your heart to our community. I am thankful. I really am thankful for each and every one of you. I pray for your safety, but I also pray that you will find true joy in your service. Please know that I feel safe in our community because I know each of you are willing and you are mentally and physically prepared to run to danger when those of us out here need you to. So thank you very much. I appreciate you all being here today.
All right, without getting in trouble, Commissioner Senna, will you come up? You are my favorite.
I know it's really hot out here and you don't want to hear one more politician just talk forever. But I want to say, today reminds me of everything that's good about our country and about our community. I heard a story, and for all of our history majors here, forgive me if I totally screw this up. I know Chief Gomez will probably pull me aside later and bring me up to speed, but I remember hearing a story about a young man during the Revolutionary War, a guy named Nathan Hale. I think he was a young school teacher, but he decided he wanted to take that attitude of service that he had as an educator, and he wanted to work for the young fledgling government for the United States. And so he was serving as a spy, and he got caught in that process. The British government caught him, and they were getting ready to end his life. I believe he was about to be hung. And he said something that I'll never forget. He said, I regret that I have but one life to lose for my country. And today, when I look around, I see so many differences among us. Cultures, city and county, sheriff and police, and everything in the media and society. They're always telling us, reminding us of our differences. But I am so proud today because I see greatness in this community. I see people from all cultures and backgrounds coming together to serve, to make sure that lives are saved and people are protected. And it touches my heart, and I want to thank you for that. Today, I want to thank Mayor Cobb and the City Commission. You do a great job. I know not everybody can say they know how you feel, but I know how you feel a little bit. And I appreciate you very much. For the city leadership, of course, J.J. Murphy, John J. Murphy. I am so proud that I was part of that board that helped bring you over here to Hobbs. I'm proud of that. Of course, we've shared Philly's cheesesteaks together, so we have a bond. It's from Pennsylvania. You're a good man. You're a great leader. And you've done, in my short lifetime, I've seen. You've been a greater advocate for police and fire and dispatch than any other I've ever seen in that role. And I appreciate you. You're an incredible leader. And not only because of your work with the city, I see your life, your incredible marriage with Miss Colleen. What an incredible marriage they have. What a great show and example of leadership that is. I see their beautiful kids. And I see the lives they live. I want to have kids like that one day. A great family. One of the greatest leaders I've ever known, J.J. Murphy. But for all the police, yeah, give him a hand clap right quick. Is that okay? Give him a hand clap. They're incredible. I'm about to shut up. But for all the police and fire and dispatch, thank you. Thank you so much. You do a great job. And from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful for your willingness to work together, for your willingness to serve. We appreciate you, and we're praying for you, and we support you. Thank you.
Representing the City of Hobbs, Mayor Cobb.
Good morning, everyone. You know, as a private citizen that enters public life, sometimes we are a bit naive about the things that go on that we never know about. But as I've been mayor for the last 5 years, I've had the privilege to learn more about how all of these entities work together, the professionalism, the dedication, everything that happens from the moment the 911 call comes in until they're taking care of the family members, offering whatever they can do to make sure that the experience they have is the greatest that they could have, sometimes in the most adverse conditions. So me personally, and on behalf of the community of Hobbs, I want to thank you for that. All of the triad, it makes such a difference in our community and the quality of life of our community. Secondly, I think probably the best thing that we can do as elected officials is not only express those words of appreciation, but do it in our actions. And I can tell you, the remaining years I have as mayor, I will be your advocate for what you need to make sure you can do your job. And anything that I can do, and on behalf of our city commission, we're here to let you know that we're fully behind this activity and this organization. We've had some ups and some downs with LCCA, but I think the reason that we have been so successful and we're winning the awards that we have won is because we've always kept our eye on the target in terms of what is the most important thing for the residents of Hobbs, Lovington, Jow, Eunice, Tatum, wherever a citizen in our county may live. And so with that, I'm very proud to be part of that. I continue to tell you how much I appreciate your efforts, and my door is open. Anything I can do to you individually and for you individually or for your organizations, please don't hesitate to call on me. Thank you very much.
And last is Commissioner Cynthia Calderon.
I wear a lot of hats in this community, and I'm going to stand before you today as my hat as a probation and parole officer. My family and I moved here 21 years ago, and I decided to start a career with probation and parole, not really knowing the position and what it was going to entail. I knew it was going to be a very dangerous job, and I needed the support of dispatch, all of local law enforcement to help me ensure that I come home to my family that I love with all my heart, for my coworkers and so forth. Without you dispatching, without our law enforcement, we cannot be successful in keeping our community safe and bringing my staff home safe. So on behalf of probation and parole, I thank all of you who put your lives on the line each and every day to help us and support us so we can do our jobs. Together we achieve. We are a brotherhood, and I am forever grateful. I am a proud Hobbsen, not an Albuquerque anymore. I am a Hobbsen. Thank you again for all that you do. I appreciate you. And on behalf of being a commissioner, I am proud to be here to serve you and guide you and help you in whatever you all need. Thank you.
As we bring this event to a close, with all the police and fire here, Chief, if you can help us close the road for a minute so we can get people out there, we'll get a picture, and then we'd like to welcome everybody to come in, learn about your LCCA, learn about Station 4. You know, we're going to have an open house, we have refreshments. So no one go out into the street until we have some sort of closure. We don't need to call 911 here since we're here, right? So let's do that. And then thank you again, everybody, for coming out and supporting the people who support you all the time. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Go inside.
Hey guys, smile.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, baby. Yeah. Rebecca's